me just let the results speak for themselves. We found a winning product, baby. Let me just refresh. Boom. Now, if you have not watched any of the other videos, I suggest you go back and watch those before you watch this, or else you're not going to have any idea of what I'm talking about. So while you go do that, I'm going to go get myself a drink.
One eternity later.
Okay. Are you done? So a quick recap in case you're new. I launched one store. It didn't go well. Absolutely failed. Not a single sale. Launched another store. Sales started rolling in. Super slow. Not profitable. We were running into a lot of issues, and it was my job to solve those issues. So here we are, and we're going to talk about it. So let's jump into things and what I learned and what I've been working on and get right to it. So let's start off August 4th to the 11th, okay? As you can see, things are not looking too well, okay? They're not going well at all. During this time, I was testing the landing page specifically, because if we look at the ads themselves, during this time frame, we spent $344. The cost per click is 63 cents, which is really good. The click-through rate is 4.68%. and 97 add to carts. So we were getting tons and tons of add carts. Like, I mean, if you look right here, 108 add to carts for a $300, $400 product, right? Barely any people are reaching checkout, and only one session converted. So what was I doing here? During this week, I was testing two things, okay? The product I'm selling specifically has custom options, which means that people have to input 3 variables into the product to be able to purchase it. It's a custom product, right? Now, competitors, the way they do this is they use a drop-down, right? So you click one option, select the drop-down, you select from the drop-down, there's like a ton of options. You do another drop-down, select from that drop-down, and the third drop-down, select from that drop-down. Now, I wanted to try to do something different and try to kind of remove some of the friction and allow people to just type in what they want specifically, trying to make it seem like it's more custom and personalized to them, right? That was the whole goal and mindset that I had about it. Now, that's what I started with the first week launching this, right? And with that, you know, people added to the cart, but the problem was no one was checking out. And what I started to realize was maybe this is something I should not be reinventing the wheel for. Maybe I should not be changing something that is working for competitors already. And I realized that so my product, the main issue people have, and to find this out, I just looked at comments on the competitor, and I also added a exit intent feedback loop where basically whenever someone tries to exit the store, it would basically say, hey, get an extra $15 off if you give us feedback. Majority of people, the main issue people had was the fact that they didn't know if the product would work for them. Right? Now, we say that it will work for them, but by having the manual inputs where they would have to input their own thing, it did not give them confidence that it would work for them. Now, whereas with the drop-downs, when they select the drop-down, they can actually see and choose the specific thing that will work for them, right? So it kind of solves that objection. People know it will work for them when they use the drop-down. So what I did was I had a developer come in during this week and code the drop-down sequence. It's got like 5,000 different variables, so it was kind of intense for me to do myself. So he did that. The next thing was I just wanted to add a skip cart because there's no reason for people to be in cart, and every single person that left the website would leave when the cart drawer opened up. They would see that, they would see the price, and then they'd click off, right? So I skipped the cart completely. Now people are going straight to checkout. Now the problem was the developer took forever to do this. Like originally, it was supposed to be done on August 4th, so I'd have the whole week to do this, right? So while he was developing that and fixing things, I scaled the budget back, okay? So I mean, some of the days we were still spending $50 per day, but eventually near the end, I started scaling it back because we were just losing money every single day and people were not converting. Now, what I tried to do now this is something, take notes on this because I don't see anybody doing this. Since we had so many add to carts, we had a bunch of emails to go through and stuff like that. What I tried doing while I was not running ads was I just sent emails manually to every single person that started checkout and entered their email and basically just asked them, hey, what was the reason you didn't check out, right? What was the reason? And I'd have conversations with them. I'd figure out, some people said, they didn't have the right color. Some people wanted something custom. And now one thing I noticed was a lot of people wanted custom stuff, right? They would see my product and want something specific to them, right? So this sale right here, it's actually labeled as a draft order, but this sale was actually a custom invoice through email. So I emailed someone and they wanted something. They were like, you don't have my color. I want it in pink. We don't have any pink on the site, right? So I communicated with them and the supplier was not able to source pink, okay? So what I had to do was I went on Amazon and I just found another product that was literally the same. It was just a slightly different design and it was pink, and I sent it to him and was basically like, we have this option in stock. There's only one left. If you want to get it, you'd have to pay a little extra because it's custom. Because our sale price is actually $320. So basically, I just found the product that they were looking for on Amazon and drop shipped them from Amazon, okay? So that's how that sale came in. We got $400. Now, this week, with ad costs and everything, with that $400, we lost about $100, okay? So we were about $300 in the hole. Now everything's changed. Now let's go through the walkthrough of, to the 12th is the first day launching ads again, scaling them back up with the new changes on the site. Boom, the first day we got 2 sales, 1.52% conversion rate. Since this day, we haven't had a single day where the conversion rate was over 1%, okay? So this was huge. Now you'll notice that the add to carts dropped, but now the reach checkouts are increased and the conversions are increased, okay? So things are looking good on this day. Now let's just jump to the ads. The 12th here, we'll take a look. We got 1 purchase. The cost per purchase was $67 and the return on ad spend is 4.73, almost 5 ROAS. Remember, you guys are watching an expert here, okay? I still have not launched any new DCTs because I didn't want to launch a new ad while I was testing the new site setup and have contradicting information. I wanted to continue with the same ads, test changing the site first and making sure that would make a difference, and then add more DCTs. So the first day, the 12th of making the change, huge difference, 2 sales. Now let's go to the 13th, which was yesterday. Conversion rate dropped a little bit. Still, checkouts and add to cart, pretty much the same. 1 session converted, 0.84%. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that sounds bad. It's still bad. Well, yes and no, okay? Compared to the 2 weeks prior to this, if I show you real quick, let's take a look. So before this week, let's just go, we started on the 27th, and we'll just go from the 27th to the 11th and look at the conversion rate. 0.22%. Yeah, we're getting conversions and stuff, but the conversion rate was just terrible. Like, we had 1,855 visitors and 0.22% conversion rate. Now let's look at the first few days since we changed this. We're at a 1.2 now. So things are looking a lot better. But let me just jump back to the 13th, right? 0.84%, we got a conversion, and we'll jump to here, the 13th. As you can see, cost per purchase is $67 again, 3.75 return on ad spend. So the return on ad spend is still good. We're still solid. And I'll talk about profits in a second because there's one thing that we're running into. It's only been 3 days since making these changes, and so far things are looking good. Now, honestly, I'm just not spending enough money on ads right now. I mean, spending $50 to $60 per day for a $320 product is not a lot. Like, if anything, like, I should be getting maybe 1 sale every other day. Like, I need to really scale up this budget if I want to be getting, consistent, 1, 2, 3, 4 orders per day. So that's why I'm not worried about consistent sales. I just want to make sure that things are selling the conversion rate goes up, and we continue to keep the purchase return on ad spend. So if we go to these 2 days, let's look at the ROAS. We're at 4.24 for 2 days. So here's the profit and loss in the Google Sheet so far. I'm just, putting everything in here to track. So July 27th is when we started, and August 3rd. So this was the first week. We had 3 sales, $858 in sale revenue, $532 in ad spend, $535 in cost of goods, and $33 in fees. We lost $243. Now, here's one thing that I want to talk about. And this is the whole bulk order thing. And I'll go into this more detail in a second. But I'm spending a premium on the goods right now because originally I thought that my agent would be able to ship this product from China, dropshipping style, right? The OG dropshipping cheap style, right? But the problem is this product weighs 15 pounds and I didn't realize that. So they are not able to dropship it. I'm having to use Amazon to fulfill. So basically I'm finding another person that's selling these on Amazon for cheaper. It's still not really as cheap as I would get it from China, but I'm at least able to fulfill the orders and validate that this product works. Now, most people would look at this first week, and I know it's you, including you, okay? Because you watch all those other stupid gurus out there. You guys would have looked at this first week and would have been like, oh, I lost $243. All right, this product sucks. I'm moving on to the next product. I need to find a new winner. This is not a winner, right? But no, I'm not doing that. So I let it run. I tested a new thing. I added a new ad in, and things started doing well. Okay. This is the next week where I had to pull things back a little bit while we were making changes to the site. That one sale that we got from the custom order kind of brought things back. Like if we didn't get a sale for this week, that would have sucked. We would have been down another $345. But luckily, since I'm a sales expert, I was able to sell them through email and got that $400 sale. And we only lost $108 that week. But now let's look at this week, right? We got 3 orders so far. It's only 2 days in. 3 orders, 808 in revenue, 133 in ad spend. Now, notice something here real quick. The first week, we spent $532 in ad spend to get the same amount of money. Okay? We've only spent $133 and just about made the same amount of revenue so far. So our conversion rate has definitely increased. We're converting more people that are landing on the website, which is exactly what I wanted. Okay? Cost of goods, still the main thing that's, hurting me right now. $460 spent so far cost of goods, $28 in fees, but we're still $185 profitable. So now we're only down $166 over the course of starting this, okay? But now I want to highlight the cost of goods real quick because this is really the thing that's ruining everything. Right now, per order, the cost of goods are around $120 to $160 depending on what bundle someone buys to fulfill through Amazon, which is why the cost of goods is so high. When I order in bulk, I'm going to be getting those products, the same thing, for around $40, okay? Now I did the math. I just added $60 just to be safe, just in case there's, shipping costs and everything. If I were to have done a bulk order on this originally and fulfilled all these orders through a bulk order from China, I would be profiting $562 so far. The only reason I'm not profitable, it's not because of ads. It's not because of, not getting sales. It's because my cost of goods is through the roof, okay? Which is okay. Like, I'm just validating this right now. Once I validate this, I'm going to order in bulk and get that going. Honestly, I love seeing this because, in the second week, I was kind of losing hope in the store. Like, I was starting to, I'm going to be honest, I was starting to look at other products to sell. I was thinking, oh, this is not a winner. But I needed to test this final thing, and as you can see, things are going well, okay? Starting out. Now, of course, it's only 2 days in. Like, for all I know, the rest of this, week period, I could get 0 sales, and then I'm going to be back here saying, okay, it still didn't work, but it's looking good. Anywho, that's where we're at right now. I'm just going to let it run for 7 days without adding new ads in yet. I know I need to add more ads in because the current ads, I only have 1 DCT in there, and then the main ad set that I showed you guys in the last video. I haven't been testing many ads in it My main thing right now is to get the conversion rate up. So I'm just going to let it do its thing for 7 days. And then Monday, today is Wednesday. On Monday, I'm going to launch another DCT, maybe 2 or 3 DCTs to add them in there. I have ideas for new ads that I want to add in. I got to film them, edit them, do all that good stuff. And let's hopefully cross our fingers that we can actually scale this store, because I want this to work, okay? And also, I just want to say, the last video kind of blew up, which is actually mind-blowing to me. It's at like 1,400 views right now, which I've never gotten a single video in my life over 1,400 views on YouTube. So that's crazy. Thank you guys for all the awesome comments and supporting me through this. I hope it gives you motivation, and let's keep going.